Now look at some old tapes when them guys was little, man. Just look at them now, you know what I mean? They don't understand, man. God damn. This shit didn't just happen overnight.
You invested over 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Santa Cruz right here, the desert. You can't let it burn, baby. Let it burn. Mind over matter, son. Mind over matter.
This is the blues on.
Ain't nobody doing no shit like this. Come in the desert. Nigga trying to stay away from the desert. He come in the desert.
When the night is
Camera.
cold and low.
Oh, see.
Light, camera, action.
Light, action. Camera.
Come on, Tank. Come on, Tank. Run him out. Run him out, Tank. Dig down in there. Dig down in there. 10 seconds. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Remember that gun on it? They got that gun on that tank. They go time.
When the night is cold and low.
He ain't gonna keep you here late tonight. Good job.
It's been hard being away from my daughter. You know, she actually here. She sleep. Just being away from her, it was a little touchy. But I know what I'm up. You know, up against. You know, I know that I got pay-per-view. You know, I know I'm fighting a tough opponent. So really, I know how to lock in. I know how to shy away from everything. I know how to, like, I know how to fool around.
Nigga got ringworm.
I serve 10 hut. No, don't do God. I can't go on TV looking like that. Nah. I be bad shit going on TV bald headed. Yo. Oh my God, bro.
You the name of the days, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight. When it's time to lock in, you know it's time to lock in.
No, push it out. Good. 7 again.
7 point what?
7.25. That's good. That's good.
I call the last race. I'm from my room.
Oh, you heard?
Yeah. Tank, you don't get that dude.
See? People love this type of shit, man. They love it, boy. You don't understand, boy. Yeah, Tank, you gonna get it. You want one more, nigga? Huh? I can't hear you. That's it? All right. We ain't.
Oh, stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
Six, 7 more fights and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you think that's gonna be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Cause he a good boxer, nigga. Like that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You don't think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. If go look at his fights.
So you
I
feel
probably
like
put him on game by the time. Yeah,
hold on, but you feel like it's easy work though. You like.
Come on.
The West way. We do stuff different than the next man. You understand? We don't stop. We don't know we don't stop over there. That's right. Push through it, Tank. Push through it. We getting ready. There you go. Good money. Good money. I like the way you're pushing it out. When you get here, you got planks. Here, we doing planks right here. Here, I'm gonna bring that water out. See, the coaches get wet up in here. See, you training with the fighter mentally. There you go. Hit your center It's our job to break you. Not let me break you. Switch got pranked. There you go. There you go.
You're working
There
over
you
here,
go.
man.
There you go. Come on. Stay steady. Stay steady.
This is right here. Doing this thing, man.
I done proven I'm one of the best fighters on the planet Earth. And if we're talking about boxing, because when you look up the art of boxing, it is hit and don't get hit.
Facts.
I am #1, to me, the best fighter on the planet. The only other fighter that I see in boxing right now, that I'm like, okay, he probably can be
On the level?
Usyk.
Yeah.
Usyk. And
Yeah.
that's at the art of hitting and don't get hit at the same time.
Two incredible fighters with titles across multiple weight classes have been going at one another for several years now. Let's not deny the fact that Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the fiercest rivalries in boxing. Unfortunately for the two massive fan bases, we haven't had the opportunity yet to witness the two stars settle their differences in the ring. Also, while Shakur has been slowly taking over one division after another, Tank has been slowly disappearing into obscurity. Shakur has also shown more interest and enthusiasm in fighting Tank Davis and has never hesitated to claim the Tank Davis fight to be the biggest fight of his career.
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other and let's see who come out victorious.
Over the past couple of years, we've got a fair idea of who has the upper hand in this epic showdown. Shakur has risen through the ranks, pretty quickly having fought some of the toughest opponents. His victory over William Zepeda was a turning point for his career, where he was seen as a tough opponent. Then, against Teofimo Lopez, Shakur achieved stardom status. Shakur has been actively pushing for the big fights, and even calling out Tank Davis. Shakur is ready to face the smoke. As for Tank, he simply vanished into thin air. He hasn't fought in over a year, and has found himself in legal trouble multiple times. Shakur's promoter, Eddie Hearn, has rubbished any chances of Tank beating Shakur now that Shakur is a 4-division world champion.
If you were Tank's promoter, what would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event, and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta.
Yeah, slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happened. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Regardless of who wins this fight, there's no doubt that Tank versus Shakur is a massive fight. Fan Boxing had an interesting opinion on why Shakur Stevenson needs this fight. He also had some advice for Tank, insisting that Davis needs to move up to 140 pounds and push for the big names in that division because he's spent far too long at 135 pounds. Fannin also argues that certain media voices are trying to steer Shakur Stevenson away from a Gervonta Davis fight by pushing him toward 147 pounds. He claims this systematic advice mirrors the pressure once put on Davis to move up, which he believes serves the interests of specific backers rather than the fighters. Fannin asserts that Stevenson remains an undercard fighter in terms of star power, and that facing Davis is his only real path to becoming a major attraction in the sport. He also...
Gervonta needs to go to 140, 147. He's been at 135 too long. He's dominating everybody there. There's no challenges for you there. Come on and go up to 147 pounds. Like I said, that's a system. They are not these people are bought and paid for. We already know that. So the people that they support want Shakur Stevenson to go up to 147 to fight guys like Conor Benn, to fight guys like whoever at 147 pounds, right? But what will that make Shakur? Let's just be real. What does that make Shakur? That is going to make Shakur, basically, he's going to be stuck being an undercard fighter. Like he's been stuck being an undercard fighter. He didn't get any real momentum off of that fight with Teofimo Lopez. What did he get? He got a bunch of systematic press, people talking about the fight for about a week and how great he is. And after that, it went right back into nobody talking about Shakur, because Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star, but he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there, is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez, really. But, we live in this era where YouTube channels like The Boxing Voice, like Showbiz the Adult, like these other guys want to prescribe movements for fighters that really don't do anybody any good other than the backers of those.
Boxing Hall of Famer Tim Bradley echoes a similar sentiment with regards to Shakur Stevenson. Bradley strongly opposes the idea of forcing Shakur Stevenson to jump to 147 pounds, noting that it would already be his fourth weight class. He highlights Stevenson's recent dominance over Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds as proof of his elite skill, arguing he shouldn't have to move up without first facing top challenges like Gary Antoine Russell or Dalton Smith. Bradley emphasizes that Stevenson still has significant work at 130 and 135 pounds, specifically mentioning potential matchups against Isaac Cruz or Muratalla. Bradley wants to see these fights before he sees Shakur move up to welterweight for good.
Tim, tell us about Shakur Stevenson. He can't seem to get a fighter to step in the ring with him after his performance with Teofimo Lopez. What do you make of that? What do you think's going on with Shakur Stevenson?
There's fights out there for Shakur. There's fights out there for Shakur. Hell yeah, there's fights out there. We gotta fight him. We gotta go get him. That's it. Look, every fight ain't gotta be a damn home run. Every fight ain't gotta be not a home run, but every fight ain't gotta be like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Super Bowl.
Like the Masters or Super Bowl. Every fight ain't gotta be like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Just stay busy, get better.
Well, you can stay busy and get better, but if you fighting the top guys in the division, that's all that we want to see. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're gonna stay at 140, we want to see you against that Russell guy. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you against Russell. We want to see you against Dalton Smith. We want to see you against that topper echelon of that division. If you go to 35, we want to see you against the Murattas of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't the bigger fights at 147 though? Ryan, Devin.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but he's not a 147 pounder. He's not. He ain't say, oh, let me go test that 140. No, he said, I'm gonna go to 140 without no tune-ups, and I'm gonna face the best guy there, right? And he faced Lopez, and he demolished him like nothing, right? So, like, now y'all want to force him to go up to 47 for what? That's his fourth weight class, dog. His fourth weight class. In a way, it's fourth weight champion too. In a way, ain't going up to 26 yet. In a way, we'll go up there. He handled his business this weekend or next weekend. I'm pretty sure he might go up to 126, right? So the same thing with Shakur. Eventually, Shakur will get there, but he got some fights that he can fight. At 130 and 135, shit, I wouldn't mind seeing a Cruz Shakur. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Muratalla.
Bradley also shared his thoughts on a Shakur versus Tank Davis fight, implying that it's the biggest fight in boxing. Bradley urged Tank to take the Shakur fight, stating that it's a box office matchup.
Gervonta's at 140, that seems to be the biggest
I
name.
want Gervonta Davis to step in the ring and face somebody, dog, already, bro. For real.
He'll be back.
Like, I know he coming back, dog. But I'm just saying, like, fight Shakur, bro. Fight Shakur. That's all I'm saying, bro. Fight any of these top guys out there, man. And that's it. Because you can say, oh, Shakur ain't fight nobody. Well, shit, if Shakur ain't fight nobody and Tank ain't fight nobody, why don't they fight each other? If that's how y'all want to put it, fight each other. Bro, that will probably be one of the biggest fights in boxing right now, bro. The biggest fight. Box office, it will sell out like this, like that.
Coach Breadman also shared his opinion on this potential fight, and he had a stunning opinion. He rates Shakur highly, stating that while Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis have vastly different styles, Stevenson's versatility and gut-level confidence make him a threat to anyone. He notes that Stevenson's willingness to fight from the ropes against Zepeda shows high-level instinct, though he likely wouldn't use the same tactics against Davis's unique power. Breadman emphasizes that both fighters possess elite ring IQ, making a potential matchup a fascinating chess match of adjustments. Ultimately, he hoped that the fight happens while both are in their primes to avoid another what if in boxing history.
When you hear these things, when you see Shakur in all these different styles, do you look at him any different when it comes down to a Tank Davis fight now?
I think the Tank is a different style than Zepeda, but Shakur seems to want to take all the tough smoke, and I think really highly of him as a fighter. You know, he seems to. You can kind of get like the gut feeling that certain guys will fight anybody, and Shakur, even though he hasn't fought the huge names, I get the impression in my guts that he's willing to fight anybody. You know what I mean? He got real confident way about him, and he got the kind of style where you got to kind of adjust to him. So, you know, I don't think he's going to fight Tank the same way he fought Zepeda, but that's what makes Shakur special, is that he can win fights more than one different way. I always thought Shakur and Tank is a great fight, and I still do. But Shakur seems super confident that he could beat Tank. So the only way to figure that out is if they get in the ring. I think they both special, you know, and unfortunately they haven't fought yet, and they're around the same weight classes. So hopefully we get to see it before somebody loses bad or be past their prime, and then we got to wonder what would have happened if they fought on their best day. I just want to just see the fights. But sometimes, like when you ask a question like that, it's hard to say, because sometimes a fighter instincts let him know what he could do with certain guys and with certain guys he can't do. You know what I mean? It just, like Shakur might say, okay, I'm going to smell the Tank power. Or he might say, I'm going to box and I'm going to get on my jab and I'm going to move. I don't know how that works, you know, because his mind and his instincts will let him know what he think he could do. Like the Zepeda fight I was hearing, they was like, get off the ropes. But he saw it in a way where he's like, I could be on the ropes and counterpunch this guy and get off. So we got to just see. And Tank is the same way. They both got super high IQ. So we got to see how they would deal with each other and what adjustments the corner would make and all that kind of stuff, and then come down and stretch, and we just see. I really can't say how he would fight him. I don't think he would fight him like he would fight Shakur, but we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't really know until you get in the ring.
Amid the experts talking about the winner for the Tank Davis versus Shakur fight, the Blue Blood Sports TV host had a massive reality check for fans still expecting this fight. He dismissed rumors or talks of this fight ever happening, or that Gervonta Davis is preparing a massive offer for Shakur Stevenson, calling such reports diabolical lies. He argues that Stevenson has technically surpassed Davis, citing his status as a 4-division champion and first ballot Hall of Famer. Furthermore, he contends that the PBC lacks the budget to make an irrefutable offer, noting that any significant financial backing would likely need to come from Turki Al-Sheikh. Ultimately, he suggests that Stevenson is a promotional free agent who doesn't need Davis, and that most fans have largely accepted the fight won't happen due to the difficult style matchup.
Great. At these stages of their career, Shakur Stevenson has surpassed Gervonta Tank Davis. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. He is a 4-division legit champion and should be Olympic gold medalist. And His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has eliminated pay-per-view numbers being needed to pay fighters in A side, B side. He has eliminated that. So they can't make Shakur a massive offer he can't refuse. First of all, the PBC doesn't even have the budget to do so. And they need His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh to put on events, as we see. Now, Top Rank is in trying to bring ESPN back into the picture so they could get back on the market. But they don't have a network. Shakur Stevenson's network promotional free agent, essentially. He works with Jay Prince, but he also has dealings with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. He don't need Gervonta Tank Davis. It's just the fight that we want to see. But But these lies that Tank Davis is getting ready to make Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse is just that, a lie. Where would he get the money to offer Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse? It would have to come from Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency. And guess what? Tank ain't offering nothing. That means Turkey Al-Sheikh would be making the offer to make the fight happen. So I don't know where this, I do know where these folk, lords, these fake, these just diabolical, the words I want to use, I can't use. But it ain't. Shakur Stevenson has essentially at this point in his career moved past Tank Davis. And the fans and the people have already accepted it ain't happening. They don't like the style matchup, number one.
Shakur himself revealed in a recent interview on Cigar Talk that he's no longer looking forward to the Tank fight ever happening. While he was enthusiastic about fighting Gervonta Davis years ago, he's come to a point in his career where he's only looking up to the big fights. And since Tank hasn't fought any big names, he's now considered a bigger name than Tank Davis.
When did you, because there was one interview we did, I don't know if it was the last one, it was one interview that we was talking about Tank, that was when the you and Tank shit was a whole big deal, whatever. And then it was like, you was kind of on it like, man, it gotta happen. And I was like, I don't know if it's really gonna happen. And now I feel like you got to the point that you kind of over it. I don't feel the energy from you that you kind of like, whatever, it is what it is. I'll make my own path. When did you kind of get to that point? If that's where you're at, that's kind of what I took from it. But when did you get to the point with accepting like this might not happen and I'm okay with it?
Bro, I can't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really have a conversation with you about him because it's like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, there's nothing, what are we talking about? Like, you know.
Forget about, I don't want to talk about him.
You know, everybody else knows, so what are we talking about?
I don't mean him per se, though. I'm just saying is, when did you let it go, the idea? Because, like, I spoke to Benavidez. I interviewed Benavidez the other day, and y'all was kind of in the same situations where Canelo was his guy that he like, yo, this is the guy I'm gonna get to stardom. And then, but he came to the point, he's like, yo, I just realized this guy ain't gonna fight me, and I moved on, and now, I let it go, and my path was this. That's why I was like, did you ever have a let go moment? Like, forget about him.
That's just when niggas start, bro. I don't be liking certain things, bro, where it's like, I don't need nobody. I don't, bro, you been to my crib, nigga.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody in life, bro. I'm okay, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's paid off.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, what do I need somebody for? Why does somebody feel as though I need them? And that's where it's like, I'm just competitive, bro. I just want to fight the best. I want to get in there and prove to the world that I'm better than the next guy.
Yeah.
That's my main objective. That's my main goal. When I'm done boxing, I want to feel like I went in there against everybody that they thought could beat me, and I beat them. That's all I ever cared about. All that other shit, bro, that shit be like, I'm too much of a grown man for that shit, bro. Like, no bullshit.
That's a massive revelation by Shakur. However, the big question still remains. Can Tank Davis really beat Shakur Stevenson, or is Shakur's defense just too good for Tank? What do you think? Are we ever going to get an answer to this fiery debate? Let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.